Welcome back to the story. Pentagon Chief Pete Hegseth has confirmed the Pentagon is now looking into Microsoft using Chinese engineers inside China to maintain the Defense Department's computer systems. Now, American engineers reportedly were overseeing these Chinese engineers, but they don't have the expertise to do that. Joining us now, U.S. Army Special Forces veteran Jim Hansen. Jim, great to see you again. What's your reaction to this? Because NATO Chief Mark Rutte has said China could attack Taiwan.
China could do a lot of things, one of which is constantly steal our secrets. They're some of the best in the world at industrial espionage. So now you've got defense contractors, and in this case, Microsoft being the biggest one, who are putting their profits ahead of our national security. Now, this wasn't the classified networks, but the thing is, if you get enough unclassified information and you analyze it and you run it through AI, it can tell you a lot about our readiness, about our training, about which units are deployed, and it puts our troops and their families at risk. I can't wait to see Pete Hegseth bring some pain to these guys.
All right, this is happening, Jim. The Pentagon found an elite Chinese cyber spy group. They go by the nickname Salt Typhoon. They may have hacked into and gotten sensitive military law enforcement information. They hacked into at least one U.S. state's National Guard network. We don't know the name of that state, but they were in there for nearly a year. China could have hacked other states' National Guard units. And this is the same cyber hacking Chinese group blamed for the biggest cyber espionage campaign against the U.S. to date. They had hacked into at least 8 of America's biggest internet and phone companies, including AT&T. Last year, they found that they were hacking into the Trump campaign, into the Kamala Harris campaign.
Yeah, it's time to take this seriously. You know, they've been doing it through their grad students and just through other forms of old school spying, stealing information. But now with the access you can get when the U.S. government allows them into our cloud, that's insane. And the idea that we're not punishing them for when they do things like get into a National Guard, computer system. This is a situation where President Trump needs to go ahead and tell his negotiators that any trade deal requires major restrictions against any kind of Chinese hacking or theft inside our, industrial and intellectual property.